What's the mother flipping deal? Just a second here. I forgot I made some moves and hold up.
Smoke weed every day.
What's the motherfucking deal? Welcome to the Cushion. If you're not familiar with the Cushion is a 420 friendly community and conversation. And even if you don't smoke, man, you're more than welcome to participate in the conversation because ultimately that's what it's all about. If you don't smoke, pour yourself up a nice adult beverage. If you don't drink, pour yourself a nice warm glass of milk, sit back, relax, and enjoy the conversation. Shout out to Heidi McVice, to Marcus, Unbeaten. How y'all doing this Sunday evening? Hope all is well. So we're going to talk about a bunch of stuff, 335, bad things. And I don't know why I was thinking 335. I was thinking something completely different. If you don't drink milk, then you're out there tripping. I'm like, man, I'll be honest with y'all, like right before this, as I was looking at some things, because shout out to Heidi for the topic. Because she definitely inspired it, definitely sent a very good background on it. So when I was looking at something about Liberia, and somehow I got lost in the wild, wild world of YouTube. It's good to see you, man. Thanks. I got lost in the wild, wild world of YouTube and came across this little segment on incels, and it's like depressed me in like less than 6 minutes. It's the most depressing shit I probably have ever fucking seen. Like, I've been through my own issues in life, but god damn it, that shit was the most. I mean, oh my god, I don't even know where to start with that. But this is not about incels. Yeah, it's oh my god, this shit is just super depressing. Crazy shit. But involuntary celibates, yes. and apparently, we're going to talk about it a little bit later. I do kind of want to discuss it because it might need a fucking day all of its own. It's a crazy fucking. I've heard the term before, and I was just like, okay, it must be like a joke, or it's just guys who aren't really getting the action they want. But it's fucking depressing. It's a whole crazy part of society. Oh, man, I shouldn't have watched that shit. But we're going to talk about what if your ancestors never left, your country of origin. How do you think you would be faring today? And, we'll also talk about, what if you were to return to your country if everybody was just sent back home, At this point, I guess the people who have all kind of mixtures, what if you had to go to whatever the largest percent of your, the mixture is, that's where you go. I'm telling you, this shit is really, yeah, that whole thing there, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is a whole new thing. I mean, that whole terminology was new to me. Yeah, that's basically what it is. Like, I was looking at the Liberia thing. I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of fucked. Shit that's going on over there. And then the fucking incel thing just really just floored me. It was just like, oh, well, it's a shitty fucking way to live. But again, it just shows the power of the mind. Home would be, wherever your ancestors originate, whatever your makeup is. I guess you'd have to go to ancestry.com, go get a test done, and then whatever percent they say you are the most of, you have to you have to go there. But it's just really interesting to think about that, because the Liberia thing, and again, shout out to Heidi for that, because I was unaware, was basically the only American African colony, and don't trust Ancestry. I definitely wouldn't. There's no way. You seen that fucking episode of fucking South Park? He fucking made out with the damn Indian trying to get his fucking shit. He was like dressing like Christopher Columbus or whatever. But my deal is, where would you be in life? What would happen? I mean, if everybody just kind of stayed within their borders. Now, I don't know if we're discussing, the economic aspect of it, and are we trading with other countries? I think that's kind of a must. You have to, because if not, then I don't think everybody would be surviving or faring as well as others. It's in dog saliva, a European Cherokee, and a whole bunch of other shit. I think people want to be mixed up with all kind of off the wall shit. That's crazy stuff, man. That's crazy stuff. But my thing is, your dog's grandpa slipping the engine. Hey, I don't know. There's people out there enjoying. There's people out there enjoying animal, say, bestiality. That's a whole other conversation too. But the thing about it, damn, I just can't get this incel shit out of it. It's just crazy. It was like a little fucking Vice thing, and the whole time I'm watching, like, I got to digress for just a second. You know what it is in the Kush Den. We try to stay on topic, but this shit is really irking me. And also, this is probably going to be the last Kush Den that I smoke Black and Miles in. You know what I mean? I just, like, I really don't like these motherfuckers. I really don't. It's like, I guess, like the fixation thing, the oral fixation. Because I just have a habit of chewing on stuff or doing whatever, so it may be the thing. But I'm just being honest. Like, I don't like them. My buddy brought a real cigar the other day, and it was much better than this. But I don't even want to get into that too much. Like I said, it's just really just blowing the smoke. Just kind of something to do to simulate the reefer. But I think we're going to try just some plain old Kush Dens from this point. Because, I don't really fucking drink like that. I might have a drink every now and then. But like I said, I've been clean and clear for the last, it was Dominican. It was a Dominican hand roll, and it was what it was like, I don't want to say dipped or whatever the proper term would be, with agave, I believe. I got it around here. I got the thing around here somewhere. But the part of the label's all fucked up. The little tube that came in. Yeah, it was agave. And so I'm gonna call it a wrap on the Black and Miles after this one. I almost wasn't gonna smoke one in here, but I'm just like, just one last time. We'll keep it right. But I just got to get that shit out of my fucking system until I get back to the reefer again. So I'll just wait for a while. We'll just see how it works out. I got to get that little stigma of having to do something in the den to make it the den. Because I really don't like tobacco, honestly. I don't really care for it. I prefer reefer or nothing. But my thing is, looking at these fucking incels, the chick that did the interview, I'm like, dude, you could easily bag this broad. She's not that hot. I mean, like, it's all in the mind. You know what I mean? You'll leave you one? Oh, okay, I don't need that. But, like, I'm like, dude, the chick who's doing the interview is maybe a 5 at best. You could easily bag her. But their whole mentality is just fucked. You know what I mean? Their mentality is what's so fucked up about it. And they have incel chat rooms, and the fucking dude like shits himself on the regular, and just weird shit going on because they think it's funny. But they were talking about that kid who had I can't remember, the Elliot Rodgers kid a while back. Y'all remember the fucking video where he was like sitting in the thing, and he had like this kind of condescending air about him, and he's like, I will kill every blonde woman within whatever, and he wrote a manifesto and all the video of the giant baby. No, I hadn't seen that, but they were kind of getting to that. He was an incel, and I think the dude it was a dude in Canada, and he ran over like 10 people. Guys are just sexually frustrated, but it's just like a whole weird fucking thing. And it's just like, it blows my mind that people really think like this, and they have no confidence whatsoever. So it's crazy stuff. But if your ancestors never left, where do you see yourself? Where would you be today? I mean, how would society, the world as a whole, have progressed had people, not crossed borders, which would be imaginary. So I guess it would be kind of hard to, handle that one. But my thing is just, where do you see yourself? And the funny thing about Liberia, Jester Wea, who is undrafted free agent for the Texans, his uncle is the president of Liberia. So there's that funny little note. I'm going to be honest. I think me, and I'm sure a lot of other black, African American, however you identify, that'd be a real difficult one. I'd have to go really do some looking into some stuff, because I went from, it started off with Liberia, then I started watching some stuff about Nilotes, and that explained a lot of interesting things. And then it went on to a whole different thing. So I don't even know how the incel thing got there, but it was in the suggested video, so I had to watch it. It was only like 6 minutes. So, but I think I'd have to go back and really do a bit more research, maybe having to look at the physical features and do some type of comparison to figure out maybe where exactly I would have originated in Africa. But I guess that would take research, and who wants to do that? But my deal is, bitch be Ugandan. So you have the lack of knowledge, Danny. But my thing is Africa as a whole. We'll just use that as a whole. But there's so many different levels to that. We'd have to figure out, how that whole shakes. I got into the religious type. Like it's a very good. I'm gonna have to go back and find that channel. I should have fucking subscribed to it. I can't remember what his name was, but he presented some very interesting facts, and it seemed to be very unbiased. And again, like I say, a good little brief history of things. He talked about Liberia, and he talked about damn it, what was the other one? It's not Rwanda, but the British one. The British did the same thing. But like, if you're not familiar, Liberia was where the Americans kind of set up a country for freed blacks, and then they got to beefing, and I guess that whole skin tone and shade thing, that's just prevalent in the community, and there were some issues with that. But damn, what kind of stupid fucking question is that? But how do you feel like the world would differ? I think it would be interesting, if people still have the same lust for certain resources and things. I think there would definitely be certain countries that would have advantages. But then again, we can talk about technologies. We could talk about cultural differences, tribalism, animism. It's still prevalent in a lot of countries in Africa. So would that still be the overwhelming belief? Would Islam be a bigger religion? Well, I don't know if it is currently or not. Would it be a bigger religion than Christianity? Or would Christianity prevail? Absolutely, I definitely agree that it is what it is. I think you just have to. You kind of have to. You utilize your advantages, no matter how fair or unfair they may be. If there are earned advantages, or just genetic advantages, or whatever you benefit from, I think you take that shit, you leverage it in your favor, because the goal is to have the best life that you can. So I think that a lot of people don't want to do that. I was like that at one point in time, not necessarily benefiting from certain things that I was naturally gifted, and definitely have a different point of view now. But I think it would be, again, it's lifestyle choices, absolutely. I think you have to. I mean, like I said, it's nature, and I feel like that we get preyed upon, especially if you make yourself weak in this day and age, like the incels. Oh my God, that's like, I'm trying to think of some other things that I was recalling from watching some of these videos earlier, and some other stuff I read. But I cannot lie. I'm like overwhelmed that there are people, and I guess I could see how it happens, but pussy's like the easiest thing in the world to get these days. Like, but what it is, I think, with these guys, and I'm probably gonna go back and forth, is that they have this standard of woman that they want, and they're just not what that woman wants. If you carry yourself in a frail way, you know, this woman doesn't feel like you can protect her or provide for her. You know, these guys, they fucking, the one dude lives at his house, and they say that he doesn't leave for days at a time. He fucking runs a chat room, kind of like this. No. But, the motherfucker, and they're mad that women don't want to sleep with them. They're angry, but they do like weird shit, but they're afraid to go out and actually meet women and interact with them. So it's just kind of like, you should probably be more mad at yourself. And they laugh at the fact that, hey, you know, about being yourself and shit like that. I mean, it's a weird thing. Big Justice, what's the motherfucking deal? You say Mexico is still mostly Indian, not a world power. Are you from Babylon to Timbuktu, history of the ancient black race, including the black Hebrews? Where's my Kush deal notebook at? Oh, and yeah, we'll definitely take some Kush calls here in a bit. I'll jot that down. Let's see. That was movies. I still got a bunch of those movies I need to check out. But man, it's just it's a crazy thing. But getting back to what if your ancestors never left? You know, do you think that if the world never mixed, never mingled, are we at the point where we are in society, or is there less violence, or are there more civil wars? What happens? What do you see? What happens that creates a situation let me put the live chat on. I'm needing a fucking kind bar. I'll just write that part. Okay, and I agree, because you don't have people bringing outside ideas. I think that when you kind of box yourself off from everyone and everything, you limit your growth. I do believe that. So there has to be interaction, and I do agree with that. Eventually, somebody says, hey, you know, we're a little bit more advanced than those guys over there, so either we go and take it from them with brute force, we finesse them out of it, or I'm sure there's other alternative ways of getting what you want, but eventually someone has to reign supreme. I don't think that you can keep a people confined for too long without there being some type of, again, intercultural, I don't know if that's a thing, conflict, or, you know, again, some type of neighboring conflicts. I mean, you can't have motherfuckers who stay in the same neighborhood now without them having conflicts with one another. Said the othering, the predominant idea where people are ostracized based only on different looks, no cultural exchange. Well, that's not right. Sounds like high school. So people can be returned home, so these wars, but again, there's still always going to be, I think that's just human nature. You know, as was mentioned earlier, because I think you think about it, animals fight within their own what is that, genuses, whatever it is. You know, lions fight within their own prides. Elephants, they slap box with their fucking snouts or whatever. It's not a snout. I can't even fucking trunks. Yeah, that's what it is. Man, with that definition, I don't know if we're talking about the countries or we're talking about the incels because they sit with the groups of their own. But then if you let these people come home, you know, like say today, say everybody was to say, okay, hey, you know, without any kind of repercussions or anything, you know, you could come back home. You can return to your historical country of origin. I mean, yeah, what's up, Stevie Rose? Yeah, this one don't get as much shy. We just we talk real crazy here. We everything is conversation. Everybody's welcome. We're all friends in the den. A lot of people have differing ideas, and they're all welcome. Like I say, we all talk about it. But my thing is, somebody's going to have to give up something. And we all know nobody wants to give up anything. You know, people want to accumulate more. Nobody wants to lose anything. Nobody wants to come off something that they feel is rightfully theirs, even though it may or may not be rightfully theirs. So I think that either way it goes, human nature is, I wouldn't say a problem, but there would be problems. And I, honestly, keeping it all the way real, would you really want to go to, say you find out you're from a less civilized area of Africa, yet there's still conflicts. Like I said, you could look at Liberia, you could look at Rwanda, you could look at places like that with the, I remember Hotel Rwanda with the Hutsi and the Tutsi and the Hutu, something like that. And basically their whole beef was wide nose, I think, versus slimmer nose or skin tone or something like that. And motherfuckers would murk you dead in the street. You have that. And then you have the issues that you do face in America. But you have, I wouldn't say some line of defense, but you have the ability to overcome and have a much better lifestyle without somebody, well, shit, I ain't gonna say without somebody coming and kicking in your door and taking your shit, because depending on where you live, that's an everyday occurrence. But you got to think about it, man. Like Tootsie Rolls. You said you rather be thought of a less society knowing better than to be a bitch of the world. Well, all right. My thing is, like I say, I think that if the choice was given, without it being a battle royale, almost, I mean, in some places that's exactly what it is. Motherfuckers busting AKs in the streets and shit. But then again, you got some parts of America that are just like that, you know. What? How dare you? How dare you, Heidi? That's insulting. Nobody wants to be from California. People go to California. Nobody's from California. But I mean, think about it. There's a lot of parts, like I said, and I'm applying this to myself, and not knowing the original origin. You know, I'm probably will never use a ancestry kit for no particular reason, just because I probably wouldn't. But I think you may have found the one thing that could offend man things. Or did you offend him? I don't know. But my deal is this, man. Though, you know, I don't think I can honestly say that I would want to go back to Africa. Like, I would love to go visit. I would love to stay. Even though there are parts of Africa that are developed, you know, highly developed. But I think overall, the opportunity that you have here in America currently, I mean, it's like nowhere else. So I think I'd have to decline the invitation or the opportunity. But what happened is, you know, with the Liberia thing, a lot of, you know, freed men, free blacks, free slaves, or whatever it was, they went back there. And again, you would think that after suffering through all that oppression and, you know, all the poor treatment here in America, being slaves and things of that nature, that they would have had a solution to avoid that. But instead, they go back and basically had some of the worst civil wars in world history. Maybe being a smaller place, so it might not be on the scale of other countries, but they were doing very well economically, and then had two awful wars. And again, AIDS and sickness and disease and greed and these things come in, and it just ruined it. Now they're in one of the worst positions in the world. Why is that? I don't think you can blame the white man for that when you have a country run by you. And so I think there are just certain things in every culture, because people just oppress people. That's just what it is. They tried. I believe it was a sincere try. I mean, if you left and, to your own devices, somebody's going to want something more. Somebody's going to want power. Somebody's going to want to climb to the top of the food chain by any means necessary. Some people are going to take it by force again, and some people are going to take it by finesse. But my deal is, I think that I couldn't give you an accurate idea of what I think it would be if everybody, if people never migrated, or say America wasn't this land of immigration from anybody. I mean, from the British to, what if all the Native Americans were still here? Because then we wouldn't be calling them Indians, because Christopher Columbus wouldn't have took the wrong route and, gave the people the wrong name. How would America really be doing? What would America really look like in this day and age had Christopher Columbus never come here? Had, this only been the land of the people who were already here? Then I have a question, because if you guys caught the thumbnail that I used, it was an image of Pangea. Do you believe Pangea is a real thing? Or do you think that it's just an idea that someone came up with? What country do you think would be the most advanced? And we could talk about, with technology. Who would be winning the space race? Would we be anywhere close to that? Or would we still be thousands of years behind where we are now? Would the issues that we face here in America, the identity politics, would this be a thing that we would be discussing? Or will we still be having, several cultural issues that we would be trying to overcome? Give some buffer action. Okay. What's the deal, Wise? Too soon? Okay. You say way too much geopolitics. I mean, who would become allies? Who would become enemies? You say AD 1000? Okay. Okay, let's start there. Let's start there. Travis, what's the motherfucking deal? And I'm hoping we don't have any incels. Do we have any incels in the chat currently? Just curious. And why do you say Russia would be why do you think or believe that Russia would be the strongest power, Dominic? And while we're doing this, I can't forget to do this. While we're talking about, by force or by choice, I'm going to take some shit by force. And I guess I couldn't. Well, goddamn, I guess I can't win today. I fucking couldn't steal any sweets from Travis, and Heidi fucking stood up to my bullying attempts. Say don't sleep on China. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure most of the shit I sleep on is some type of ties to China. Everything's not made in America. You say no USA to revive France. Russia takes all of Europe. There's no major capitalism. Power to compete with Russia. Okay. You say China's going to collapse. They're aborting all their women. Yeah. Look, I'm finding a way to slide incels in this conversation because I'm not going to get over that. I'm probably going to be talking about that all night. Probably even on Mixer tonight, I'm going to be talking about incels. This is like, it's really concerning me because I have to figure out a way to help these people. No, not really, but it sounds good. Yes, incels, involuntary celibates. This is a group of people that, I'd heard about them at first a few months ago, and I kind of laughed. I was like, incels, it's a joke. I'm just thinking about all motherfuckers that just aren't good with women. But these motherfuckers almost, like, y'all talk about me, y'all say, I gave Heidi a mod, so I'm not a complete misogynist. I like women. I love women, actually. Love women. I like hoes. I hate bitches. But my thing is, these guys hate women. Hate them. They hate them. They blame them for all of their problems why they can't win. So, you know what I mean? See, we say Japan. The Japanese are very crafty. They, like you're saying, for such a small nation, they definitely have established themselves very well. But again, are the Japanese as creative as we like to think they are? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So, you would think the incel problem is gone thanks to Japan. You would think that, hey, incels, you get to you the bitch that you want. Just holler at Japan. They'll ship one over for a couple of $1,000s. Did you hear about the robo-hoe? Robo-hoes is a Kush thing. Have y'all heard about the robo-hoe that will deny sex? Like, anybody who buys that, they are really asking for it. Do you think Muslims like Hitler for what he did to the Jews? I'd have to ask a Muslim. I would definitely have to inquire about that. You say yes? Well, Heidi, Heidi's German, so she'll be able to answer that better than I would. She's got strong ties to the community. So Heidi, how is your new location? Are you enjoying it so far? It's all right, Kenneth. We ain't tripping on you. Nah, I ain't gonna give Kenneth too hard of a time. He's actually had some good calls the last few days. He's had some very good input. Kenneth can just be an ass sometimes, but Kenneth is all right. He might be an incel, but we're gonna help him. We're gonna help him out of that. We're gonna make sure he doesn't go down that way. Yeah, we haven't talked about robo-hoes in a while. That was like a day. BBWs and robo-hoes was like a daily thing in the Kush Den initially. That was more when I was like on the reefer though. So I'm sure whenever I do start smoking again, whenever that does happen, it'll be back. Okay. Well, how is your visit going? I almost want to. I want to, but I want to get back to the thing. I just, I like to diversify sometimes in the thing. I got a question for y'all also. This is something I was thinking about because I told y'all this is going to be the last smoking black tobacco whatever den. But then I'm like I'm kind of debating with myself. Do I change the name of the Kush Den to maybe just In the Den? Since, there's really no smoking, there hasn't been much weed or whatever. And then just if I do smoke weed occasionally, then do that. Or should I keep it the Kush Den? I'm debating on that. I'm debating on that. Like I said, I've had some different thoughts because, like I say, I'm working on making some improvements with the sauce, and sauce is what it is. But the Kush Den is a whole different entity, and I want to make sure it has its own identity and just how I go about things, because I'm starting to get more serious, I guess, about branding and things like that, and how things appear and what it's about, and where we're going to go from that. Yeah, your eyes been down, so I don't know. You say in the den sounds legit, because hey, when you have people over in your house and hey, let's go sit down in the den, let's have a conversation, because I do believe that a lot of people who may be interested in what the den would offer might be turned off by the fact it's called the Kush Den. And honestly, like, even when I was smoking, we never talk about weed. Like, that's not the premise of it. So that's something I've been thinking about. I like to share my thoughts with you guys a lot and just kind of get your input. Not necessarily that it's going to change it, but sometimes I don't like to keep everything in my head, and I'm just interested in what you guys would say the den in which there could be Kush. Okay, that's just something that's on my mind. But getting back to if you never left your country of origin, if your ancestors never left their country of origin, do you feel that you would be different? I mean, because we would be a bit more, what's the word, homogenous? I mean, we would be a bit more pure. Yeah, let me make sure. I'm looking at the chat. I'm not actually looking at the thing. So let me make sure. Man, I saw that. That looks like something I would definitely have to get. Yeah, I got to remember to look at the live thing, because I'm missing like a shit ton of comments. I think I may get into it. I may have to check that out. Because I saw the thing you sent me. It was pretty interesting. So I'll have to see. About that. I'm gonna chop it up with you about that, because that seems like something that would definitely. I need to start doing some different things. I'm definitely going to do some different things. So I definitely would like to check out Eve. Not Adam and Eve, but Eve online. Yes, definitely. Yeah, there's no more. The fucking, I guess Spotify got upset with all the streamers who were using it online, and so they kind of changed it up. And that's what I'm saying, because so many of us have multicultural backgrounds. Hey, there you go. The den dynamic. Let me write that down on a separate page where it goes with different thoughts. And you have to forgive me a little bit too if the energy is just a little bit, like I just got a bunch of stuff going through my head this evening. And so Spotify. I was gonna bring Scotty in the den, but he was sleeping. He was acting like an asshole. Everybody's tapped out, so I let him be. I let him hold down the fort on the couch. I didn't harass him and make him come to the den. I was gonna bring him though. Here's the deal. I'm telling you, here's the deal. What is that? Is that a name for? Here's the deal. That's a name for a channel. But again, like I say, so a lot of us, honestly wouldn't exist. What would the Olympics be like? Good, man. Hey, let me know when you're ready. I'm glad to hear that. I ain't been trying to pressure you or anything about it, 'cause I know you said you were getting your social media cleanse in, and I'm honest. Like, I'm on the brink of wanting to do the same thing. It's just that I know it will be kind of. I'm like in this middle area where I need to use social media more to promote these brands, these shows, these things, but I get the same. I just look at certain shit and I'm just like, man, what the fuck is this? And why am I looking at it? How did I get to this point? You know, especially on Twitter. Twitter is just, it gets me. Twitter gets me. I've learned to stop reading comments on Instagram, but you know, Twitter is all about the reading. So it's a little bit different. But I think I'm just going to stop. I think I'm going to like cut out comment reading as a whole overall. But sometimes you find golden nuggets in the comments. So that's why I like reading them. But on Instagram, it's pretty bad. So I really have to, you want to do tomorrow? We can make tomorrow happen. Absolutely. We can absolutely make tomorrow happen. Okay, that's a perfect topic. That's a perfect topic. Getting out of the social media. I'm with it. Let's make it happen. The shit you sent me from Will Smith is much better than anything you've ever sent me from Dion, Kenneth. And I'm telling y'all, like, honestly, the honcho that you see now, let me be careful how I word this, is a product of Will Smith. I present Sir's High Road of Africa. The dens are way too short. We'll see about that. Because you know the reefer dens, when it just flowed on, you know, so much, and it was cool. Fucking be 2 or 3 hours, and the drinking dens would definitely go by way faster than I would realize. But then if I do that, you know, I'm shortchanging the mixer crew. See, my thing though with the sauce is, like I say, I've tried a couple of different times. I was going at 6, and then a couple of people told me that was just a little too early for them. I think it gets the most love around 7 o'clock. But it's definitely, the time is definitely going to be various once the season starts. You gotta think about, you know, once football season starts, once basketball season starts. And I think if I even tried to really keep up with doing something on baseball, even if I had the knowledge, it would, I don't know if it would be overwhelming, but I think it would, you know, because baseball, you have like middle of the day ass games and stuff like that. I think it would throw a lot of people off, you know, and I'm trying to find something that's consistent. And so a lot of people told me the Saucy after show. Okay. When you get a message from someone with a topic to bullshit on, is it different from a tag or a post on social media? Yeah. That's because I love the den, but it's just scheduling you make. Man, I was gonna say it's because, you know, a lot of the times early in the day to about mid to late afternoon, I occupy myself with some different things, and I generally stay social media free for the most part. I try my best not to, you know, read anything too early in the day, because you know how you start your day off is kind of how you will end your day off. And so if you wake up reading some stupid shit, you know, it'll fuck with you throughout the day. So I try to stay away from that, and you know, just try to focus on being more productive during the day. So yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Get Scotty high. One, Scotty doesn't like the weed. Now, if it was Chilo, may he rest in peace, Chilo would be with the shit. Chilo was cool with the reefer. He'd eat stems, and if you left your shit out, he'd steal a couple of buds. So Chilo had a drug habit. So, you know, there's that. It would definitely get shut down rapidly. I have a topic I want to talk about, and I can't believe I've forgotten about this. And some people are going to come to this video expecting one thing. They're going to be like, what the fuck is this shit? Have you guys seen Chilo got slaughtered a couple of years back by, I want to say it was a pit bull. I don't have factual evidence, but you know, it was pretty fucked up. I like Chilo way more than Scotty. Chilo was my dog. I had him since he was a small puppy and he had problems, but I helped him overcome those problems, and that was my dog. Yeah, it was unfortunate, man. Very unfortunate. Like that hurt. Like I say, it was like right in that time frame of what I was just losing everything. It started with the dog, and everything else just kind of fell in line. It was a series of unfortunate events. And the only thing that has been constant since that time is Scotty. And I probably only had him for a couple of months before everything just started going. So Scotty might be the problem. I might need to just annihilate Scotty and everything might just go back golden. But my deal is that who has seen the Canadian moose monster? Some people say 25 million views guaranteed, probably 100,000 death threats, and a good 5 to 8 years in jail. Not jail, prison. So there's that. I'm going to say no. The Canadian moose monster, it's a lady, I guess, was recording or had on dash cam. She was recording a moose or something like that. And so she said she went back to, review the footage, and there's this creature. Some people say it's just a stain on the car, but I don't think it's a stain on the window because the movement of the camera, the way the window looks, it's not consistent with this thing. It's supposed to be something like the Kush. And here's the thing, though. Way motherfuckers getting phones in jail. Look, might as well fucking look live streaming from the cell. Fuck super chat. Hit my fucking books, goddamn. But basically, what it is, it looks like what was it? Shout out to Roscoe because he had brought it up, and then shout out to Rigo because he had was talking about a movie, Until Dawn, and we were talking about it last night on Mixer, and it's what is it called, a Wendigo or something like that, and the creature, it moves similar to the creature in the movie. It was, yeah, you know me, I'm not with the cloud shit. I'm about consistency, but I haven't seen wait, the Mexican Witch, was that the one where they were driving in the dark or something like that? I want to say I saw it a while back, and I don't know, they thought they ran it over or something off the wall like that. Can you? I don't know, like sometimes it lets people post links, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know if I have it, on the other chat, I think it's moderators only, but for some reason, I think regulars and stuff like that are supposed to be allowed to post links. And I think once you've had so much time, you should be a regular. You should definitely be a regular by now on this chat bot. The worst of all risks is taking no risks. Yeah, that'll be the thing. Yeah, the worst risk would be not having a fucking shiv when I go to jail for that shit. Y'all think I'm joking, but y'all really think I'm joking about sauce porn. Like, let the fucking sauce sports or the Kush Den be adequate enough to lead me into doing some other entertainment type thing. Porn is where the money is. Like, I have this idea for a porn series. Man, I have a fucking Discord, never fucking use it. Never fuck. Actually, Heidi, your hours are above Brandon's. I think you have maybe. Let me see. That's a quick way to find out. Because I have a Sauce Discord, I have one. Well, a Discord account. It has all the. Oh no, he came back in patch. Which one do you have? It might be in the. It might be in Sauce. Then, do you have one? It's one of them. It's one of them where she has more hours, and I can't remember where. Because I saw it, I was like, wow, Heidi has more hours than. So it might be in Sauce. I don't know. But the thing is, the most sauce is in the whoever has the most. Like, I don't have anything going for the Kush Den with that because I don't have any Kush Den merch. But in Sauce Sports, whoever has the most sauce at the end of the month will get some type of sauce merch. We'll open up the Kush line here in a minute. We'll go a little bit longer this evening. You know, like I say, since this will be the last of me smoking tobacco in the den, we'll go a little bit longer this evening. And we'll do some mixer action a little bit later. But the Canadian Moose Monster thing, man, if you haven't seen it, you need to take a look at it. And I'd like to know your thoughts on that. I'd like to know what you think about that whole thing. Because to me, funny we're talking about witches, and then I get a like from something that says the Barefoot Witchery Shop. Very interesting. Oh, what is this? Get some thought follows. That's all good. I like that. Look at some of these interesting magicians. Okay. That's funny too, because we were talking about that last night. I was talking about that last night with Roscoe on the mixer. We were talking about what is happening in the Antarctica and a couple other places. You don't have to have a console for Mixer. All you do is have to get the Mixer app. It's available on Android for sure. I'm not sure if it's on iPhone or not. Or you can just go to I think you can go to the website when I'm live. And it's just mixer.com/HonchoSaucy. Sauce Society tomorrow. Confirmed by Man Things. You checked it out? I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like me, usually I don't get into like shit like that. But the way that it moved, it moved like it was stalking that fucking moose, man. And no, it doesn't eat the moose. And that's why, like I said, where the video cuts off at, it's only about maybe a minute long, if that, maybe less than that. Because sometimes some of the videos that have it out there, they repeat it. But what you want to do is you want to find you one that kind of zooms in a little bit more. And you can tell it's not necessarily a stain. It's a moving thing coming out the woods because it looks like it's kind of hiding behind a tree. And it moves. But it almost seems like it might have recognized the vehicle or something. You got to definitely check that out. You think it's a stain on the? Like I say, I've heard different people have different perceptions. I think Brandon said he thought it was a stain also. But like I could see where people think it's a stain, but to me it doesn't move as how the vehicle's moving, and that's why I think that it's something. Let me see if I can pull up a link here to a good one, and I'll share it in the chat. Canadian monster stalking a moose. Because the funny thing about it is, I don't know if you guys fuck with Coast to Coast Radio. And so I was out late last night, and make sure this is off here. I was out late last night and going to get some Whataburger. Yeah, had a craving. Hey, Canadian moose knuckle is great. I have no problem with that. And as I was listening to Coast to Coast, they were talking about it. So I'm sitting in line because fucking 2 cars pulled up on me quick and beat me to the line, assholes. And so I'm like, fuck it, let me pull out my phone here and look at this moose monster. And it was like, I didn't even type anything in. And it was like the second option. You know, when you tap the little search bar or whatever. And it brings like a list of the most searched shit. I think this one should be a solid one. Let me see if this is the one that kind of zooms in so you can see it a little bit better. Because if you watch just a regular one, it's not very clear. Neither one of them are none of them are really just that clear. But it's definitely something you have to check out. Are you gonna let me see it? What the fuck? Are they banning? Are they trying to take down the Moose Monster videos? Come on, Googleizer. Let's try this one. Okay, here it is. There's no way it's staying, man. No way, because you just got to look at the... It goes up, it squats down. It gets a little bit more dense as it comes a little bit closer. All right, here. This one should be again, it's kind of hard to see, but we'll use this one to see if this works so I don't spend all this time fucking looking at it. Let's see here. Oh, everyone they talking about JFK Bigfoot the 2 born time. Man, I don't think that Alex Jones should be banned. I like watching Alex Jones run. I think it's hilarious. Yeah, I don't want to talk about old buddy Shigur or whatever his name is, what his last name. He makes me think of you remember that episode of The Simpsons where Sideshow Bob was like he was running for a political position. Excuse me. And he talks about flip-flopping, and he does like this little weird fucking movement. You know what it is? Absolutely. I think people should be allowed to speak whatever they want. Y'all know I'm a big supporter of free speech, even if I don't agree with it. You know, if it's something that I don't like, then I will not, I just won't support it. I won't watch it. You know, it's if other people want to, they feel free. With Coast to Coast, and even with Coast to Coast, there's a lot of people I'm highly skeptical of. But sometimes it's just very interesting to see, you know, what other people out there believe and what they think and the stories that they share. Did it let me post the link? Did the link go through? Okay, yeah, it is. There it is up there. Thing about Alex Jones, though, is he's winning. Like, as far as if you want to understand how to brand and market yourself, Alex Jones and the products that he pushes and sells, oh, man, he's fucking killing it. I mean, oh, man. Say that the creature looks like it's from the Lord of the Rings. I said I would put it on here, but you need to see it on a, you know, as clear as you can, because like I say, it's kind of spotty, so you have to be able to see it. Oh man, there's gonna be a lot of people out of jobs once Trump leaves. Like, it's a lot of people who all they have to talk about, fucking even Steven, he was not liked. Colbert, he was not winning in that demographic. Now they may stick with him because there'll probably be a little carryover left. He'll just probably refer to a lot of old Trump stuff, and so, you know, he'll have a little fan base. But I was never really a big Colbert fan. Either way, and I haven't ever really been. Oh shit! I'm knocking shit off. I haven't ever been the biggest. I'm not a big Jesse Lee Peterson fan, but I can't lie that the video with him talking to that fucking retarded chick, and this is what I'm saying. I mean, people are stupid. People are fucking retarded. People who are praising that woman that he interviewed and all the ignorance that she was talking about. You know, oh, I'm a virgin and you're a slut and I'm a slut and everybody's a slut. And then he asked, so is your mom a slut? No, my mom's not a slut, but everybody else is a slut. Like, people are calling her queen and all. This is why I say, like, the words that people use these days, I mean, everything has just become devalued. Vocabulary has become devalued. Gary Clark Jr. I'm not familiar with. Like I said, I have to, just the things that I've seen from him, I was just like, because like my whole thing with him is just, you know, he talks a lot of shit about people. But my thing is, you know, be more of a guide for how people can change. Like you wouldn't know, like I didn't know he even had fucking kids out of wedlock because he talks so much shit about motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Like I was like, okay, well, this guy's Mr. Holier than thou. But, you know, he has kids out of wedlock and all these other things. And say true, but it's illegal to say push that man, even though one does. So, I got to be more careful then. Let me write that down. Gary Clark Jr. I'll check that out. I got a lot of shit to check out. Goddamn. Y'all definitely provide me with a lot of very interesting things. That's why I like the Kush Den, because there's just so much variety in opinion. There's just so much, you know, people from different angles, from different lines of thought. And I just like to know what people think, you know, because you're an ass if you really believe that everybody believes the shit that you do. And, you know, I think that you got to have a little bit of diversity in your life. Let me see something. Oh, I think I know what it was. Let me check something out here. Of course, I have the most points. Okay, no, it wasn't that. I'm winning. I'm winning with my most points. The smoking with cigarette. I saw that. I saw that dude fucking. I mean, but who? What else did you expect? He fucking going to jail for carjacking. That's crazy. Oh no, I want nothing to do with the Ram Ranch. His wife going after kids, basically the person that's sad. But okay. So, oh man, Chris Stapleton, man, I'm a big fan. It took me one song, and I was like, man, who is this guy? And I went and fucking downloaded all the fucking albums. That's Chris Stapleton's great music. Great music. I don't know your thing. Check that out. So you even got to have some diversity in your musical taste. But like I say, after that video though with Peterson, I said I would give him a fair chance, because I mean you can always find things, and I guess I don't know if it's good or bad to do that, but I tell you I'll do the same with me, and I'm sure there's plenty of things, because I try my best to never look at people as infallible. The only one I can't find anything wrong with The Rock, so I'm scared. You know, when you have people who are they're just too good to be true, it's always something that you're going to find out about him that's devastating. But I mean, he had the rock bottom, man. The people's elbow. You know. So it was something along those lines that I think he said that kind of turned me off about him initially. Like, it was something that he said, I think initially about Trump being a savior or something, but the way he worded it, and y'all know like how I feel about politicians. It don't matter about Trump. It don't matter if it's Obama. It don't matter if it's any of them. Like I said, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about politicians. They're all displeasing to me. The A-ball ain't on. I wonder why the A-ball ain't working on here, because the A-ball was doing what it was supposed to do initially. Let's see. The A-ball for some reason now only wants to work in I'd actually have to use a different chat bot on to make sure to get the 8 ball to work right. Let's see. Let's look at the command. Let's do the dilly dally. Oh, I know why it's not working. Give me 1 second. I hope I don't think I did what I thought I did. I may have. I may have deleted it on accident. Yeah, I think I did. That's probably why it's not cooperating. Well, that makes all the sense in the world. Let me see here. What we can do to fix that. Yeah, I think I deleted the file that it uses to reply. And yeah, I wasn't even fucking thinking about it. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's why the 8 ball is tripping. I'm wondering, I'm like, shit, I haven't done anything to it, but I did do something to it, and I fucking deleted it. So yeah, that's why the 8 ball's been tripping. The 8 ball was on fire. It was wrong on a couple of occasions, but for the most part, it was on fire. Will help spelling shit. It works. We can fix this real quick, actually. Here we go. Give me 1 second. We'll have the 8 ball. We'll do an 8 ball all together now. That's the way you party. And let's see. Yeah, oh, absolutely. People do crazy things, and making Kylie Jenner a billionaire is one of those crazy fucking things that people do. Nope, not working. Okay, we'll do a quick fix to that, and then we'll get this party back started. We'll get back to the conversation here. Give me 1 second. Let's do this. Plank your house, man. Like I say, the things that people, I mean, if people like you, they'll support you, and I guess people really like Kylie Jenner. That's why Astroworld is doing so good, because she promoted the fucking Kylie Jenner album on, I guess, old buddy Travis Scott. That's probably the best movie ever made. Impregnating a Kardashian. Oh, there's an update. Let's see. Okay, we already got all that. I don't want to do all that. I don't want to update right now. Now it's not the time. Okay. Let's try this now. That's funny, Heidi. I think there definitely should be some type of government compensation for Daddy deciding to whack it off. Yeah, I guess not. I guess the 8 ball is tripping tonight. Oh, no, I know what it is. My goofy ass. Read, Honcho. Words are important. All right. Okay. I think we should be good now. Yeah. Free Willy. That was the idea. Like, how does it take you? How does it take you 60 years to figure out? Hey, I finally made a decision on my dick, and I'm going to cut it off. You know, the Wheaties box wasn't good enough. The Olympics weren't good enough. OJ busting up my old lady and her probably having kids by wasn't quite good enough. Yeah, I think so. I think that's really what happened. It's just like, damn, my whole fucking family's way more famous than me and they haven't done shit. I was in the fucking Olympics at least. What? Kush is counting on my sobriety. I guess I do need to change the name then, if that's the case. So there you go. 8 ball is back in action. Everybody doing 8 ball. Get high. But like I say, we went from I think the last we were talking about the fucking we talked about the moose monster. We were talking about the Wendigo. We kind of on Trump now. A ball back in action, saying as a persona I don't condone the acts he does. Somebody just read my own moral compass. He doesn't land inside of it every time. Yeah, that's my thing. Like with Trump, honestly, it's real here and there for me because again, like you know, if you talk about the two options that you had, I don't see how. You know, I see how maybe the gay rights people and maybe feminists and things like that are anti-Trump. But I don't understand as a black person how you would choose Hillary over Trump when Hillary actually, helped to enact lesbians legislation that severely impacted the lives of black people. I mean, she really, shit, you're talking 3 strikes. You're talking about this motherfucker's in jail right now. Who she wasn't finna free none of them motherfuckers if she won, even though she hindered them. She's the one that called them super predators. Now, if you're Hispanic, I could understand how you might think a particular way about Trump, bad hombres. So it is what it is. So after Pulse, I was saying anybody could be pro-gay for the Democrats. But wasn't the Pulse guy gay too? Wasn't he like a gay dude that fucking shot it all up? How much of an impact did Milo have in getting the gay votes? Yeah, absolutely. We already know about the Planned Parenthood chick. We already know how she truly felt. Again, that's why I say, with the Democrats, you got to be real careful, They're the ones that are offering you the candy from the big white van. What looks sweet isn't always sweet. So I'm telling you that. So that's the thing you have to think about. Say wrong. Say not all Hispanics like Obama. Well, I'm just saying. My thing is, I know there's a couple. I just saw a story about the chick, and now she's all upset. They were actually Trump voters, I believe, and her husband's a Marine, and now she's getting deported. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't read it. I read the headlines. I think I skimmed through a couple of lines of it. It's a lot of stuff that if it does it to this point, like I say, as of now, If it isn't directly affecting me, I'm not paying as much attention as I probably should. And the thing is that I definitely should pay more attention, because eventually these things will come to affect you if you are not, paying attention. My thing, again, where Obama was tripping when he tried to go to Africa and tell them to embrace gay people. Like, Obama did a lot of real shit that I'm just like, the fuck? What are you talking about, bud? Like I said, it's not that I have a problem with gay people, but I think that, again, it's not the ones that like Ruben, and you really got me believing Ruben's gay. I don't know if he is or not. I don't know if I need to believe Heidi or not, but if Ruben is a gay, it's not those type. It's not the Ruben gays, and even if he's not, we're just going to define him as Ruben gays. That I find any issue with. It's the ones that, again, it's the pride gays, like, the fringe, the motherfuckers out there doing like disgusting shit in the middle of the fucking street. Like, that's what people want to be able to do. That's what they want to be able to, like, that's a whole different thing than, your rights getting stepped on. And I think if you are gay or, supportive of that, I think you have to separate yourself from those types, because that's what you think about AIDS. That's when you start thinking about, STDs. That's when you start thinking about, this disgusting behavior in public that people just want to do. I want to put my sex life in front of your face. The majority of people, I'm sure, like, if you didn't, unless you asked, or you just wouldn't know. But you have a lot of these people who, well, I want to be able to, make you watch this type of shit. That's what it's almost like, this flamboyant type shit. Like, that's where I get lost in it. That's where I like, okay, well, this is where I cut off my support right here. Again, I feel like everybody should have equal access to opportunity. I don't think anybody should be neglected or mistreated for what they believe. I feel like everybody should be entitled to an opinion. But it's just some of this shit, like, there's a line. There's a limit. And I think that's where my limit is. Support the communist overthrow of Honduras. Okay, so Kenneth likes that. Puerto Rico loves Obama. Some weird shit I don't know what else they did besides screw up healthcare, and the Cuban refugee program went in those knees, bro. That's awful. No, I don't have a problem with any. Nobody has to conform, but again, you can't expect people to respect your cause when you're doing it in the streets. When you out there doing all kind of fucking off the wall shit, like there's a line, man. Like, do whatever the fuck you. I don't care how off the charts you get behind closed doors, but when you start trying to alter science with your feelings, that's where you lose me. When you start talking about all these fucking 82 genders, and you start talking about, you got the motherfucker, I think in Spain, going around to the schools telling the children, oh, well, some men have penises, some women have, some men have penises, some men have vaginas, some women have penises, some women have vaginas. Like, when you start screwing up the kids' minds early on, that's where I start having a problem. You know what I mean? I'd be friends with anybody. My thing is this, like, as long as you respect me, I respect you. And we can disagree on everything. Like, I don't have a problem with people having a different view. But my thing is, like I say, as long as you respect me, I'll respect you. I'm not going to sit here and say you fucking, let me be careful how I words. I'm going to talk shit about shit I don't like. I will talk shit about people's actions that are ridiculous and things like that. But in the end, if we were to have a conversation, I would always be respectful until they start getting out of line. And then now we're going to have a problem, exactly. That's all it is. Like, you're gay. Hey, man, as long as you don't come at me sideways, if you don't come at me on some off the wall shit, because again, even though we don't see it the same way, the same people who say, Me Too and all this find it funny, when you talk about jail rape and shit like that, these different standards. But as long as you don't cross my boundaries and disrespect me, by saying some old off the wall gay stuff or trying to solicit me, then it becomes that sexual harassment, is it not? You know what I'm saying? That's when we have a problem. Your manager, flashy dress, and let's be. I just question, where does the lisp come? Is it genetic? Is gay really genetic? Is that why everybody has the fucking lisp? Like, what is that? That's what I'm. Yeah, it's definitely a hate crime if you beat somebody up gay. Like, it could even not be about them being gay. But like the same thing though, it's not a hate crime when a tranny beats up a woman. Which I think it should be in the same category. You hate it because you ain't one. Legalize pedophilia. Oh my God. But I know women that you can say effeminate, but there's women who don't. I don't even know any women who talk like that. Like, I don't know any women who talk with the gay voice. So like, how is that? Like, where's it? Like, is there a testosterone imbalance that causes that? Like, I have no idea. Man, look, it's a lot of weird shit going on in California. They're fucking making straws. Plastic straws are illegal. I think it might be just San Francisco. I don't know if it's all of California, but I know in San Francisco, plastic straws are illegal. But you're okay with all this other weird stuff. Well, I don't either. I don't know any people in Africa. Well, the people I do know from Africa, they come here and they all have the same damn accent. Yeah, that shit ain't cool. That fucking NAMBLA shit. Like, or something like that. That's a real thing. And so it's just, I don't know. It's a crazy world that we live in. Let's see what we got going on here. Yao Ming talk more shit to the Keem. Was Yao Ming about that life? Like, Keem was a bully when he first fucking got in the league. You know what I'm saying? So, but then I've already talked about, we had a conversation about Africans and African Americans, and it's not the same. So I think that it's a big difference because their view on the world is much different than ours. So I think there's that. That's why fucking Shaq hates the Rockets, because he couldn't do nothing with Akeem, and in reality he couldn't do anything with Yao Ming. Like, he thought he was going to be able to bully Yao Ming. Yao Ming was like the only other credible center that wasn't old as shit during Shaq's reign. And so, like, that's why I'm not big on Shaq was the most dominant. No, he played to give it to everybody who was like, he played when the age of centers was dying out. And he just happened to catch the train late. And he was just bigger than everybody else. And, stronger than everybody else, and they let him get away with that fucking charge, that fucking dropping his shoulder on everybody. And it is what it is. Like, we're talking about when motherfuckers had to play against other big men of similar caliber, of similar skill sets. Shaq was fucking dominating guys like fucking McCullough, fucking shit. Who was his favorite one? Dampier. Talk about motherfuckers like that, dog. Like, that was the age Shaq dominated in. You know what I mean? And so it's very easy to say that wow. Dak Prescott has not thrown a touchdown yet during Cowboys training camp. Uh-oh. No slushy for you. But so many centers beat Shaq. That's what I'm saying. He wasn't like, but people like to imagine that shit. Like, let's be honest, he was Shaq needed someone else dominant for him to be relevant. You know, went played with in Cleveland. He played in Boston for a little bit, I do believe, if I don't recall. Who else was it? Like I say, Shaq wasn't just a force in his own right. Motherfucker did not have if Shaq wasn't 7 feet tall, had Shaq been 6'9", he would have never made the NBA. Yeah, Phoenix, like, nobody was great because of Shaq. You know what I mean? It was just like him and Kobe together, cool. Him and Penny together, cool. Yeah, that's very interesting. Justin Reed might have some action. But Shaq was just overrated, dog. He came in at the right time. And the fact the way he just talked so much shit like he did anything, he had nothing for Hakeem. Hakeem had a real skill set. Fucking, you know, all these other guys had real skill sets. They could actually play basketball. This guy was just big as shit and fucking bowling ball down the lane, and people didn't want to fucking get stepped on. I mean, there's no way that Charles Barkley should have ever been able to level Shaq. I'm not saying that he dropped him with a punch, but there's no way he should have been able to take Shaq down. Ever. You know what I mean? Shaq can't fight. He was just bigger than people. I remember, who was that dude from the Bulls? He like put his hand on his shoulder and swung at him. Like, you've basically, you got the tracker right here. You to put your hand on the man's shoulder. There's no way you should miss that punch, and like completely whiffed on the fucking punch. You know what I'm saying? So my deal is Shaq was overrated. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. Ben Wallace, underappreciated. Ben Wallace was a shorter guy. Dominant, though. He was a fucking bully, dog. It was the hair. The hair gave him a couple of extra inches, but he was a fucking bully, dog. That Detroit team, that was a great team. Tim Duncan, Mr. Fundamental. You had nothing for him. But again, like I say, you know, you have a band of people who just love Shaq because he was a personality. And Shaq went to high school in San Antonio. I don't know. Shaq was like a fucking envious ass. Like, that's what I'm telling you. Like, a lot of these fucking athletes and their egos, man, they just fucking. Oh man, I've been tripping. They just don't know how to deal with real pressure. Here's the deal. All right. Okay, hold on. Let me get this out. I'll open up the Kush line here in a bit. I'm surprised I forgot to do it earlier. And we'll take a couple of calls. Let's see. Let's get this here. And, you know, you can speak on anything that you got on your mind. I guess it's supposed to be about the world, but it's just turned into a free-for-all conversation. I blame it on the incels because, I mean, my mind is really still been on that. Like, I can't get over that. Like, again, and the incels, I guess it's a self-esteem thing. It's not that these guys can't get women, because there's some of the worst guys in the world getting actual women. They're not getting the women that they feel like they should have, and they blame it on. There's this thing that they call, like, I've seen the meme before, and I didn't know what it was. Excuse me. The meme before was, it's like this little weird dude that they call Chad, and they call the guys around the world that get to have sex with women, they call them Chads. I don't know anybody named Chads that gets to have sex. Maybe HonchoSaucy, I guess. But she ain't 280. She ain't a lady. But they're all like, they're all miserable, man. Like, I think part of that is them fucking. Again, you got to think about it. It's like your mentality, man. It definitely is. Your mind is very strong, and it can control your outcome in the world. Because think about the fucking monks in Tibet and shit. These motherfuckers ain't fucking shit. They out there doing all kind of karate, sitting in the snow, fucking raising up their body heat and doing the splits and teaching little kids how to fly and shit. Okay, that last part might not be so true, but they're not worried about women. They're not even giving a shit about it. But then you have these guys who make women this priority in their life, and the fact that they can't get any, Well, part of it is probably because of the way you've been living your life. I mean, you're not doing anything remotely attractive to a woman. You know, it's not like they're disformed or deformed. Excuse me. Horribly sorry about that. It's not like they're deformed. It's not like they're disfigured. You know, if Lieutenant Dan could get some, then you know the incels could get some. And so my thing is, it's just, again, they put themselves, Chad from the Mad Real World. I had sex with Katie too, man. That's funny. Yeah, I mean everything like the fighting, the what was it? Malice in the Palace. That's when all that shit fucking That's awful, Dr. Rabbit. It is Lysol, yes. But the Malice in the Palace, you know, that definitely ended all the fighting. Let's go attack Pac-Man at the airport. He said he's gonna go he said he's gonna sue old buddy. And honestly, if I was Pac-Man, I'd not only sue that dude, I'd sue the whole airport. Like, fuck it, might as well. Why not? Like, why not go big? You guys hired this guy. He's a threat to the passengers. Why wasn't he vetted by the TSA or something? Artist is a lunatic. Meta world peace. There are some. It amazes me how some people. Again, like I said, if Ron Artest didn't have basketball, where would he be today? Where would Ron Artest be if he didn't have basketball? Because he's probably a lunatic. And it's funny how certain people have. He changed the name back to Artest. Oh, good job. Well, that's the beginning. Think about it. Guys like Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman, well, he probably gets it from all around, but Dennis Rodman has sex with women. If you got this weirdo, regardless of the basketball shit, getting say like you can have sex too. Okay, like there's action for everybody. So. Doing backwards off the roof for crack. Putting brack in his brack. Doing flips off the roof. I don't know. I have no idea what their fathers did. I don't even know if their fathers were ever around. But of course Heidi is going to blame them when maybe their moms made bad decisions and were friskifying with unsavory characters. Man, that sounds like something I would like to check out. We were talking about music yesterday and just, you know, without you know, music, and I prefer, like, I'm to the point right now where I like listening to instrumental music. And I wrote the wrong thing. Because of how the impact that the music can have on you. We started talking about some good stuff. I was actually, I think after we got off the stream yesterday, I was listening to a bit of Minnie Riperton. I was just like, man, that lady could definitely blow. And she was a nice singer too. So your dog just attacked you today. Humped your foot, stepped on your penis, Dr. Rabbit. I don't know what you're going to do about that. Are you getting a ranch? Man, absolutely. That would be dope. That would be dope. Look, we're going to come out live to the Kush Den at Travis's ranch. Okay. All right, that sounds good. That sounds good. Yeah, the Kush line should be active. So if y'all want to call in, we'll take a couple of calls and see what's on your mind. And we can, like I say, it's just kind of whatever you're thinking about this evening. Maybe Sundays might have to end up being like a Sunday fun day or something, and then it's just kind of more free for all conversation. I guess a way to get your week started, a way to wind all the way down from everything else that's going on and get prepared for the week. So I have a question too. How many people feel that Sunday is the first day of the week, and how many people feel like Sunday is the last day of the week? That's something that I've always found interesting, and I wonder if that has to do with just religious beliefs or what. First, okay. Oh shit! You back at SA? Man, we've been going for about an hour and some change. We've been going for about an hour and a half or so. Say first day, it feels like the last first. And I'm just wondering, for those of you who feel like the last, why do you feel like it's the last? And for those of you who feel like it's the first, why do you feel like it is the first day of the week? All right, we got a call coming in. Let me put the right headgear in. Once again, though. I'm an asshole because I've been wearing that shit the whole time and not listening to shit. I think I might have missed that call. Whoever that was, man, call back. And I'll definitely take your call. I apologize for that. I think I have the Kush in on a short ring. So I apologize if I miss your call. You call back so I can, I don't do that. So I can get your call. I forgot I had the wrong headgear in. God damn it. All right, what's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling on the Kush line this evening? I didn't miss that one. Made it all wonky. Hold on one second. All right. Hola, ¿cómo
What's
está?
good, Honcho?
Oh, shit. Damn it. I gotta forgive me. I gotta figure out what's going on with this thing. I don't know if it's something with this fucking adapter, man. And I've been saying it, and I've tried with different cords. And I think I don't know if it's a 1/8 or give me 1 second here. I apologize. Let's get this.
I take your apology, Hinchy.
I think we should be good. All right. Well, what's the motherfucking deal? What kind of smoke would you like to blow on the Kush line this evening?
I wanted to spill my feelings on the is Sunday the first or last day of the week. Personally, I think it's the first day of the week, but it's not really a work day. It's one of those days where you have to get ready for work. And let me ask you this: if it's the last day of the week, then how come it's the first day on every calendar?
Interesting, very interesting. That's kind of the thing that I question. That's why I wonder. A lot of people look at it as the last day of the week, but it is the first day on every calendar. That's a very good question, and also I look at whether you think about depending on how religious you are, if you are or you're not. They say first that God created light and these things, and this is why I always tied to a religious deal. That created light first, and the light would be the sun, and so for them to be 7 days, wouldn't it the Sunday be the first day?
Yeah.
So that everything else could get going.
Yeah. Let me just go check to make sure I'm right.
You might be right about that, Heidi. You might look, but I would need them to have big booties and preferably introverted, maybe not talk too much. and then I would definitely be hired.
But hey, this is just me. I don't know about the rest of y'all. I saw some of y'all think that it's the last day, which I can see that. I can see it being the last day. I can see Monday being because you know how Monday is. Like you're getting ready for work, and it's kind of like the first day of the week. So I could definitely see where people are where I know what they mean. I'm trying to say.
Okay. HEB is always 24/7. But I'm gonna hang up on you, Dr. Rabbit, on that point, and I appreciate you calling in. And don't let the dogs do too much more damage to you. So I appreciate your call.
All
right. I have to comment on Heidi's comments. Man, here's the deal. Matter of fact, I ran to the store before the den to go grab the last pack of Black & Milds that I was going to get. Because almost, like I said, I wasn't going to, but I was like, fuck it. And I shit you not, man. I'm almost thinking that it has to be a thing. Like, there were literally, as I'm, pulling the parking lot, 4 different, I wouldn't say groups. It was a couple of pairs. One was with her, I guess her dude, whatever. It was 2 of them that were together, a couple other ones. And I'm just like, man, these bitches were like literally fucking ass cheeks hanging out. Like, not just fucking coochie, literal butt meat hanging out the back of the shorts. So I'm just like, man, I don't know what it is. Like, again, if you don't expect me to judge you and your ass is hanging out, similar to a stripper at a strip club, I mean, maybe you have to change your attire. But again, I'm going to look and I'm going to say, that's a nice ass, or that's a cheesy ass, or whatever other things that I may say. But my thing is, oh, you're right. Let me put the Kush line number so that you guys can access that. It is, where did I put it? Here we go. But, but Heidi, we could always be good friends. Okay, I'm an ass man. I can't help it. Like, I need. I would like my booty judged objectively and scientifically. Send it. Well, I wouldn't say send it to the Kush line. You know how to contact me. You send it. I will be more than fair. But I need to be able to see a full on experience. But my deal is this, man. I mean, my whole deal is like, I like a handful of I need a handful of something to grab on, when things start getting hectic, start sliding all over the bed, hey, what if you got silk sheets, get to sliding all over the place. I need to make sure you don't go anywhere, so I can get a handful, make sure I can grab the cuff. Also ass cheeks are good for lifting. I need to get a good lift. You get up under that cuff there, and you got leverage. See, and again, like you say, anything more than a handful, and not be judged for it. I mean, what do you think? Do you think I would be? I wouldn't be insulting or anything of that nature. Why would I do something like that? I'm gonna be honest. I'll be very honest. Like, I mean, it's just like I say. Like you say, a handful. Thank God, I have big hands, so I require big features. I can actually. Breasts. I mean, they are a thing. I think breasts, I guess, because you see them first. Usually, I guess if you're looking. Let me see if I'm saying this properly. Or no, I am going to say it properly, but I guess when you're looking at someone, yeah, I can palm a basketball. You're faced, then breast, then waist. And again, that's why I'm just kind of, I'm neither here nor there on breast. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, if they're there, I'll find a purpose for them. But to me, ass is, it's just part of the program because, that's what I'm trying to get to ultimately is in the lower half of the body. So I need, I may want to do some spelunking. I may need to do a discovery. I need to, get it in there. Watermelons are much heavier than basketballs. I don't think I could palm a watermelon. But I do like watermelon. I don't care about the fucking stereotype. I like watermelon. I am a fan of fried chicken. But I think I'm more of a fan of chicken wings than I am of fried chicken. So, that I'm a thigh guy too. I like thighs. Thighs are important. Like if a broad has the fucking skinny legs with ass shot booty, I don't want that. You know what I mean? I definitely don't want that. What do they call that shit? The childbearing hips, shit like that. Man, I need the recipe. I still have the other recipe you sent me. I was going through some of these notebooks, kind of just like when I write stuff down, and if I've already done it, if I don't need the stuff anymore, I'll rip it out, and I have the other recipe you had gave me. And so I definitely I'm gonna try that out soon. I don't fuck with hot Cheetos. I don't fuck with like hot Cheetos or Takis or the little one does. I think the little one. I think that is a thing though. I think that might be a thing. That could be a thing. Oh man, I hate that best friend shit. The bitches are always talking about best friend. Like that term too has gotten. We were talking about words, how they've gotten devalued. Best friend is a term that's definitely got devalued. Best friend is like the friend of the month. Because to me, it's hard for me to use that term. But the other day, like I was telling you, when I was my best friend actually came by, we smoked a cigar, like I say, and it's funny. It's really funny, man, because and my best friend was my best friend's little brother again, because we getting so much tomfoolery also. And it was funny because I met him at a different time. Well, I was in school suspension, and that's when I met him. We had to sit at a different table, and they put you in a different location. You used to before school you used to go to the auditorium, but if you were in ISS, you had to go to the lunchroom and sit at this little fucking table, and everybody was betting this little dude to fucking. There was a bullhorn on the table, and everybody was betting the little dude to squeeze the fucking bullhorn. Everybody's like, yeah, I'll give you $1 if you do it. I'll give you $1 if you do it. And he did. He squeezed that hoe, and nobody paid the little dude. I gave him the $1, man, because I'm like, man, look, I said I'd do it, so here I gave him $1. And me and old buddy, we got cool after that. And then only then did I realize, he was my best friend's little brother, because I actually went and hung out with my best friend. That whole story. One day I'm gonna break down that whole story of, my best friend that passed away, just kind of how we met and the circumstances around that. Very interesting. See, I'd never talk to you only if you had a bag of hot Cheetos or Takis. That's funny. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's legitimate. I'm still here in school. ISS was great though. I loved ISS. And the reason why I loved ISS is because, your teachers and shit, they all send you your work that you're going to be working for on the whole time that you're going to be there. So they send all the work, and I'd get the shit done like the first fucking day. You know what I mean? And so I just be in ISS chilling. And then, like, you know, if little errands had to be ran or something like that, you know, ISS teacher would be like, well, here, you know, go run this to the school or go to. I remember one time I damn near got a standing ovation because I had to go take something to one of my classes, and you know, everybody's all celebrating because I came back to class. I was like, shit, I still got like 5 more days, bud. Y'all ain't finna see me for a minute. In junior high, in junior high, I had a bitch. Oh, she was the biggest fucking bitch for a ISS teacher, but she was cool with me. Like everybody else, she just used like motherfucker ask a question, she fucking be snappy with them and fucking just be a real bitch with people. But like, never had that problem with her. Maybe she wanted the wang. I don't know. Maybe so. But have I ever been out? No, I've never been to ISS by myself. I've had ISS. We had one ISS teacher, and I was in ISS frequently. Had one ISS teacher that used to just love to fucking talk a lot. And so you just get a fucking conversation started. You get to talk about everything. So basically, it was like ISS's story time. And that's cool. Let's see. Had one who was a coach. Oh, that's awful. You know, you gotta do like most women and go sleep with your best friend's husband, because you know that's how it works. If he likes her, he likes you. That's how it works. She might not be your best friend after that, though. I might end up on some type of housewife show. I had a coach who told me, he's like, man, you know, after you when you go to U of H, man, make sure you send me some tickets. You know, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. And I never did it. Like I said, I've had a variety. I've had coaches, you know what I'm saying, that were fucking different coaches. I've had multiple coaches that were awesome. The one who was like my position coach one time, he was super cool. Of course, I didn't have to do shit. Like, ran all the errands, wandered around the schoolhouse and shit, wasting fucking time. And then I remember telling one time I was fucking awesome. He was this coach I hated. And I won't say what his real name was, but one time he got punked by another coach because his name sounded similar to Pussy, his first name. And so his last name was Cantu. And that fucking coach punked him. He's like, hey, the fuck you gonna do, Pussy Cantu? I was like, oh, good grief. When I see that, what kind of friend is that? What kind of friend is that? If he's the one that came on, and again, like a lot of women are like that, though. You'll be surprised. I mean, you'll be surprised. And I can't. Like I told you, there's been times I've been a dog. I've in the past, I've fucked girlfriends' friends on more than one occasion. Like, you know, I try to keep it real with y'all. And I have. Especially when I was getting it in. And, you know, bitches be lonely. They see what you're doing for their friend, all kind of stuff, and you know, nice things like that. And they get envious, and they will definitely try to, you know, they will get envious and try to. Well, you got to, I mean, it is what it is, because some people, honestly, like, there are people, you can sit here and say, hey, man, you know, I've had homeboys say, you know, your old lady ain't quite doing right by you, and they get mad at you for telling them the fucking truth. They don't want to believe it. You know what I'm saying? And that's fucking unfortunate. Maybe she thought you were pondering it or something. Maybe she's like, well, she's thinking about doing it. So, I mean, I guess that's her loss. You know what I mean? Shit, don't even worry about it. If that was the deal, if it all came down to that, then it is what it is. But then, like I say, but my best friend's little brother, like I say, man, we've been through so much shit. Just shit. Like, it was one relationship I was in, and I was dealing with, and I was in the city, and you know, he just like pulled up on me one day, And we just chopped it up. He's like, man, look, you need to come back to the house, blah, 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 blah. We ain't seen you in a while. All that. And like I said, I was in this situation. I was just like in a relationship. I was like, it wasn't even the best situation to be in. And I was just like, fuck it. You know what? Fuck, went back to the house one day and fuck it, just never went back. Never went back. So, yeah, nobody stayed married for 50 years. But here's the thing, though. What's going to happen is this. Is he's going to come on to the next chick that gets close to her, or whomever it may be, a co-worker or whatever, and one of those women are going to accept his advances, and she's going to find out, and then she's going to realize what a stupid broad she's been. After they get divorced, she's going to try to come back to you and say, oh, I apologize, I'm so sorry for this, that, and the third, and she's going to try to be your friend again. That's how it works, you know. And then you get to say, no, kiss my ass. So there's that. What? Forgive, but don't forget. You know, people say forgive and forget. I think that's foolish. I think that it's all right to forgive, but I don't think you should forget, because then you're putting yourself in a position to do. Oh, I remember this game of PUBG. This was I think it was me, Wink, Shaq, Kush, and some random was playing on this one, and I was trying to get back to pick up Wink and the random, because they were across the map. I think they were outside the zone, and I got all shot up and everything else with those amazing driving skills. My thing is this, though. She's confused or tricked, not evil. Well, I guess, you have priorities, you have things that you have to consider. But again, like I say, with me, though, I have no worries. Like I say, me and mi amigo, it's funny, though, like I say, so I went back to the house. But it's been so many times that over the years that, we've separated and all that shit. And then it's funny, super funny, because randomly, somehow, some way, we now live in the same area. Like, purely by coincidence, we live in the same area, and it was just a random occurrence of things that happened. And so he told me he was upset. He was like, man, Honcho, like, how do we stay in the same spot? We're best friends, and we don't even really talk every day. I was like, you know what? You have a very good point. So I said, we're going to make it a habit. I tried to fucking get that guy, missed him. I told him we would make it a habit that we do definitely need to speak in person much more often, because Mama John's. Say, show me 2 minute friends. They can brawl, be best bros afterwards. Show me 2 minutes to get a hug. Yeah. Man, my original best friend, his brother, the older brother that passed away. I stayed here first, so he just recently moved here. We used to do that all the time, man. We'd fight over fucking video games. We'd fight over stupid shit, and then 10, 15, 20 minutes later, it's back all good again. Fucking them motherfuckers that was a team right there. Them motherfuckers moved as a unit. Somehow we got spread all over the fucking map. I think Shaq Kush was the first one to die. But, it's definitely different. Men's friendships and women's friendships are definitely different. You know what I mean? Like I say, we could be mad at each other, fucking fight, and then fuck around and get on some. This was back with the Dreamcast fucking days. Get on some NFL 2K. You know what I'm saying? NBA 2K, whatever it might have been. That's before some of y'all's time, so some of y'all don't know about that. And Madden, I wish they didn't fucking hog that fucking that NFL license. I really wish they didn't, because I really, truly, honestly feel that 2K could come back and make a better football game. But nobody's going to. I know they try to keep making some football like with the old school legends and shit like that. But nobody wants to play that shit. They want to represent real teams. They don't want to fucking be you're the cause of a cat fight. Men be faking it. So yeah, that's kind of how it works, man. With men, you keep each other on your toes. You go talk shit, all that good shit. But women, they'll fucking they'll cut you. They'll cut each other with like a fucking knife. They fucking hate each other. Say Madden 07 franchise. Like I said, I mean, it's just like, I know a lot of people get excited when Madden seems to come in. I just don't. I just be like, I wouldn't. Probably, like I say, the fucking Vince Young year was the last of the fucking. Oh yeah, absolutely. The Vince Young year was probably the last of my hardcore Madden playing. What's up, man? If I see Man Up slide through, my fault. And I meant to say what's up. I don't know what I was talking about. But shout out to Man Up. And again, man, it's just it's crazy the way men and women interact. I don't know why. I need to stop reading the chat. I need to read the fucking real fucking conversation. Duck, duck, chicken. That's funny. That's hilarious. That's really fucking funny. It didn't. I mean, it wasn't like it was planned, but fucking duck, duck, chicken. That's hilarious. The guy, yeah. I used to have one of them before they were bringing that shit back. I had one of those little Sega ones that had all the fucking shit on it, but then you could actually play real Sega games on it too. So those are really dope. Super Smash Brothers. That is a porn. I'm not going to say where, but it definitely is a porn. Somewhere it's available. No, I didn't have it on Top Chat the entire time. I just was looking at the chat on the stream as opposed to the bringing up the live chat on the side. So I had it on live chat on the side, but I didn't. I wasn't watching it as much as I was the other majigger. You said that the SNES system, man. Emulators are a thing. I know a lot of people, though, ever since those SNESs came back, though, they've been like attacking. They've been trying to shut down a lot of those emulator sites and shit. Because I remember I had like one of the little wireless fucking Super Nintendo style controllers, and I just fucking play like emulator games on my shit. And like, fuck it. So there's that. I haven't, and outside of after the 64, I stopped fucking with Nintendo. Like, I'm surprised how Nintendo still exists and Sega doesn't. Or, I mean, now you see Sonic on fucking everything else. Who was a better character, Sonic or Mario? All right, Miss Kleindingst. I'll be waiting on that picture to give you an accurate judgment on the next stream. You have a time constraint now. But anyway, you say Mario gay, Mega Man. Well, what did old Captain Planet say? The power is yours. But good night, and you will. Good night, good day. Tea and crumpets. And, if you see any interesting things out there, make sure you share that with us. Mario and Luigi. So you had Sonic and Tails versus, oh, yeah, that was the Jesse Lee Peterson chick. We're all sluts. Virgins and sluts. But, well, then next time, do it when you go to Berlin next time. That's how it works. But, Mario and Luigi versus Sonic and Tails. Tails was always my favorite character, but I think if it came down to a brawl, Mario and Luigi would probably whoop that ass. They've fucking been through it all. Yeah, moms are not sluts for some reason. That's how it goes. That's funny. Knuckles. Okay, so if you use Sonic and Knuckles, that's gonna be now. Look, now that's a different fight. You're talking about a whole different fight because Knuckles was a gangster. I remember when Sonic 3 came out, I was so excited, like with the whole Knuckles character thing. And nowadays, you look at that shit like, what the fuck is this? And it's crazy how video game prices, they've been like $60 for fucking forever. Even back when you were playing fucking 8-bit shit. We'll get the answer. Well, there we go. The 8-ball doesn't lie. The 8-ball has definitely said the bootleg cartoons about the Super Mario game. No, I hadn't seen those. I will check that out. Let me bootleg Mario cartoons. So here's the deal. And y'all know what that means. We've been in a little time this evening, a little 2 hours and some change, the last of the black smoking dens. To be honest too, Black and Milds fucking stink. I think that's part of the problem too, because it fucking, you know, like weed smoke, it is what it is. I think it's pleasant. I think it smells good. You smoke good weed, it smells good. You smoke dirt, it smells like ass. But Black and Mild smoke, it stinks. Gets in my hair. Fucking hair smelling like fucking black smoke. That fucking stinks. I hate that shit. So I do believe this is a good deal to stop fucking with this shit. And so there's that. But we're going to get on the mixer for a little while. I'm going to go hard on the mixer for a little bit. We'll put in a little bit of time on that. Like I said, if you want to keep the conversation going, you feel free to join us on Mixer, mixer.com/HonchoSaucy. Matter of fact, let me see. Yeah, here's an easy way to do it. I forgot I set this up. And you can check that out. You know, if you want to join that conversation. I'll probably be on Mixer in about, what is it, about almost 12:10. Maybe about 15 minutes or so. Yeah, I fucked with the WWE the other day. I don't know, man. I might fuck with it. I guess it's I lost my groove. I got my ass kicked, and I was mad about that shit, so I ain't been fucking with it. I'm not going to play 2 a.m. Mixer. Nah, no late night Whataburger trips. No extra little things I need to take care of. And, well, wrong fucking thing. 2 exclamation points ain't going to get you what you want. And get one last little bully in. Oh, got that boy Ed, man. Jack move. Fucking Heidi ain't even here, and she's still standing up for her fucking sweets. God damn it. But you said, what was that? Sneaky, lying, cheating, giant ninja Koopas. I'll definitely take a look at that. But with that being said, my friends in the den, you know, if we're in the den or if it's the Kush den or whatever the future of the den holds, we'll see. We'll definitely see. If you hadn't had a chance, go check out the Canadian fucking moose monster. I would like to know what you guys think about that. And we'll make it shake, man. We'll make it shake. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all taking the time to fuck with the den. I appreciate y'all fucking with the sauce. Just fuck with your boy Honcho, man. One chunk of a deuce. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool. You ain't got to go home. I'm inviting you to embrace the mixer. But until then,